What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to a very late night FIFA or early morning, depending on how you're looking at it. FIFA video. I've just been streaming and playing GTA for hours and hours and hours. And I came off at 6 a.m. to a barrage of tweets of people telling me that EA have changed drafts. And although I don't want to take credit for it because it's not my doing, in fact, it's probably mostly the doing of Zaro, aka Gabe. I tweeted out last week, make FIFA fun again for the remaining months, reduce win thresholds in rivals, add the best of team of the seasons for the weekend league rewards of being the best of, double red picks per rank, team of the season player to every rank in rivals rewards, and more boosted teams. For example, the Festival of Foot European heroes, African heroes that we got last year. Myself and Zaro had a little, just convo in DMs talking about certain aspects that it could hurt the game with that and could help the game with that. But one of those little snippets was from me talking about draft. And I said to Zaro, as for would also love to see draft mode drops change, perhaps all prime icon moment icons in draft and the best of players to pick from. It sucks seeing, for example, a 90 rated Lewandowski as an option constantly, but almost never his 98 team of the season. I didn't really expect much to change because draft mode isn't really something EA have put too much focus on. And we'll see for ourselves whether or not EA have actually changed draft mode and how and what kind of players come out. Let's have a look for ourselves. Is the drop weight going to be better? Well, straight off the bat, we've now got SBC David Villa into the team. So all SBC cards are seemingly in draft. And for me, that is brilliant because if you didn't have the opportunity to complete the SBC, you now have a chance to play with it. And in the, for example, if a new SBC comes out, what are we going to take here? I don't want to take that, Royce. See, let me finish what I was saying first. If a new SBC comes out and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this or not, let me go play a draft, see if I can get him in draft, and then I can judge for myself. This is now your chance. The biggest issue for me was what we have right here. Both Gomez and Royce have team of the season cards. Now, I'm not saying we should always get 99 rated cards, 98 rated cards. Obviously, for me, for content, that would be amazing for a few weeks, and that would get very boring very quickly. What I'm saying is I would just like to see when Royce pops, just make it his best one. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to pop all the time. Sure, show me that 87 Fekir, the 88 Madison, the 87 El Kayati, and then one or two massive players, because I don't really, like I said, I just don't really care to see a 90 rated Marco Royce. And although it does seem that EA have put SBC cards into draft, it doesn't seem that EA have necessarily jacked up the way cards come out. Although saying that, these have all been some very, very strong picks so far. Serge Aurier can go in there as well. Let's see how the centre-backs come in. Are we going to get the icons? We get a 90 Sule. We get an 88 Walker, who I'm inclined to take, actually. Even though he's not the highest rated that was available there, he obviously fits for the team that we're pushing into. There's Maldini back that I haven't seen really often in very long at all, and very much would help for chemistry in this draft. And then in at left back, again, I mean, we're missing out on team of the season Tagliafico, team of the season Mendy, and team of the season Alba. And again, I'm not necessarily saying don't put any, don't put always the best card in. It would just be nice to have mostly the best cards in. It's that stage of the game where I think people would just appreciate that. I guess EA kind of feel differently. I'm going to say Roussillon here. He links very nicely. And although this is an offline draft, I guess we'll just have a look as to whether or not we're going to be able to get ourselves like a top draft. And I don't think we are. We are at a 191 already. So, I mean, the rating's good. That David Villa card is really nice to see in the draft. I'm going to take that Trent card as well. Obviously, he's going to go in at right back and he's going to give a big upgrade to the team. But so one thing that I would like to see, and there's 87 Pedro. Now, he was a foot swaps card. So that's really interesting to see him in there. But one thing that, really, really is frustrating is when we see that George Best, icons that I've never seen in a draft Prime moments. Let me actually get some of the prime moments up. They're basically loads. I'm going to take Buffon because he's strong links to Maldini, and we already have the chemistry on Walker. Let me go for players, FIFA 19 players, versions, icon moments. So Pele and Maradona pop a lot. Ronaldo, not often. Yashin a lot. Cruyff a fair bit. Ronaldinho a fair bit. Thierry Henry, I've never seen him in draft. Lothar Matthäus, I don't recall seeing him in draft. Roberto Baggio, I've seen his non-prime icon moments in draft. Van Basten, I don't recall seeing in draft. Cannavaro, I don't recall seeing in draft. Carlos Puyol, I don't even remember if we've ever seen any of his versions in draft. Dennis Bergkamp, we've never seen in draft. I don't understand that. See, and this actually goes into what I was saying. But in terms of prime icon moments, I don't understand why we have some and not all of them. Like, why have I never seen? Who have I really just never seen? Robert Pires, prime icon moment. I have never seen that card in draft. Why not? I don't understand why. Now, this setting is exactly what I was talking about. This is okay. We've got a couple of low-rated cards, but just throw a couple of big cards in there as well. So I'm going to take Lionel Messi because he's 99 rated. We're actually building into a really high-end draft right now as well. Hugo Lloris works really well. It's another big upgrade. He's the highest rated available as well. This is shaping up to be a 194, especially if we can get rid of that CDM. In terms of chemistry, we're just a little bit away. We need to get rid of David Villa to go up there, but we're in a decent spot there. We'll take a Dan. We won't use a Dan. Let's throw Messi on. That probably puts us to a 193. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Yeah, so we're at 193 with 6 picks to go. Some good picks to come. Maybe some tough picks. And here's another prime example of a set that kind of frustrates me. Baresi, not the prime icon moments. Cancelo, not the team of the season. We can take Baresi because we can play him at CDM. We'll lose a little bit of chemistry initially, but we can definitely pull that chem back. It doesn't quite take us to that 9-4 because now we've got Giggs off chem as well. So I need that striker because that striker will just complete chemistry all around. A Premier League or a French League striker would be absolutely ideal. I'm going to take that Chiellini. Of course I am. I mean, he's an upgrade to that Ryan Giggs card. I mean, this is a big draft. I mean, this is a big draft, right? Now, does that necessarily mean things have changed massively? Not really. All we can know for sure is that EA have very clearly put SBC cards in draft. So far, that Neymar is beautiful. So far, that Neymar is so good, man. This is genuinely a huge draft. It is shaping up to be a 9-4. I just don't know if I can get... I really, really, really need a striker that's going to give me the chemistry that I need right here, right now. And there it is. Team of the season, Sergio Aguero. This is going to be my biggest ever draft. This is literally... We could be hitting a 9-5 here. I don't know what I need to hit a 9-5, but we could be hitting a 9-5. Oh, we could be hitting a 9-5. Oh, do we take Ben Yedder? No, he's only 93 rated. Izzo instead of Baresi. And then Maldini in at CDM. Neymar, I think, is on the same camp. We're going to take Izzo, I think. Yeah, it's the same. That is tough, man. I mean, this is a much better... It can't be just a random coincidence that the one time I just build a draft, it's utterly bonkers, right? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 team of the seasons, including at the same time 99 Messi, 98 Neymar, 96 Aguero, and 95 Chiellini. All 4 of which are relatively rare individually. We also have 3 prime icon moments, including Maldini, who's relatively rare. We've got Trent, who's a big team of the season. We've got David Villa, who is obviously an SBC card that would be great to play with. But we've also seen Pedro that we decided not to take because we ended up going for this high-rated draft. I'm gutted that we're so close to a so close to a 9-5, man. So close. Yeah, I mean, this really is a big draft. A team of the year in there, and just generally speaking, this is probably my biggest draft ever. This is probably my best draft ever. All we need to do is get one chem point, and there it is. So it is a humongous 194, an absolutely huge 194, and that's definitely no coincidence that it's a 194. The first draft I do straight away after, EA seemingly make draft changes. And again, the fact that they've put SBCs in. So what one thing I was going to say is, so far, it seems like only flashbacks. And even the people that I'm seeing tweet me, I'm seeing flashback Tevez, flashback Martinez. I've seen flashback Depay. So I haven't actually seen any non-flashback SBC cards. I've seen Jonas, Depay, and Nani in there as well. I've seen another Depay has just been put on my timeline. I've seen Sturridge and Martinez have just been put on my timeline. Ooh, okay. No, Ribéry's in there. I've got Ribéry and Robin. So end of era cards and flashback cards at the very least have been put in there. I don't know what other SBCs you might necessarily like in there. But yeah, end of era and SBCs. And in fact, I just want to show you that as well, guys, just so we can get a confirmation on that one for you guys, just so so we can show that I'm not BSing, you know what I mean? There it is, Robin and Ribéry amongst there in the captain choices. We've got Pato and Ribéry amongst those two choices. What we seeing here, David Alaba. Oh yeah, there's Sturridge and Martinez. So as you guys can see, we've absolutely got a whole bunch of new SBC cards available in draft. Brilliant positive change in my opinion, and that's why I decided to do a video on it straight away. Go get involved in drafts, guys. Lots to pack, lots to play with, lots to play for. And EA are actually bringing me back towards the game. This, though, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.